Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you in another video. All right, so we lost a heartbreaker, man. Lakers lost the game, summer league against the Charlotte Hornets, but we had a good time watching it. Very close game, overtime, double overtime, sudden death. They have unique rules where overtime lasts about 3 seconds, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed the game. Scottie Pippen Jr. and JT Thor from the Charlotte Hornets, you got to give him the credit. He hit the game-winning shot, but there were some great shots being hit all over this place. Some of the guys, Pierre Louis, he was really good. I believe that's his name. Forgive me. Who else? Some other guys that did great tonight. Some Mark Williams getting boards. Of course, the Laker guys, you got to give credit to my guy, 40 Jones. I call him 40 Jones. It's Mason Jones. He was really active tonight, showing his value, hitting trays, getting boards, just overall pushing the pace, which is why he is someone I think we should keep in rotation. I know we can't have too many players on a, what do they call it, a one-and-one, where you send them back and forth between the G League and the league. But I think you can only have two per team, excuse me. But I think all in all, he's definitely someone I would want on a two-way deal going forward, because he's just a huge body that can play pretty much positionless. You can match him up with fours, match him up with threes, play him some two, stretches the floor, etc. So I really like him as a piece for us. But it was just a lot of great play. Kalea Jones, I believe it was his name as well. Really, really good player out there for us, playing defense. Doing all kinds of stuff to help the team. You love what you saw out of Max Christie. He's continuing to find his confidence, getting a little better at driving. He made some really impressive moves, but just wasn't able to finish those moves. That was the thing about Max Christie. They say like $1 million moves with $3 finish. It was a lot of that going on with Max. But I'm telling you, his upside is very, very good. We are very excited about that player. I like the fact that he's profiled as a shooter who can't make shots at this point, because that allows us to get him at the cheap. You know what I mean? And what I'm seeing is, even in the presence of him bricking all his threes, you're seeing him help our team in different key areas. He's driving at the rim, getting to the line. He's pulling down boards. He's playing defense. He's being big out there in terms of using his length effectively. So if his shot not falling is the biggest problem we have, and he's profiled as a shooter, that is a very good thing. Put it like that. That is a very good thing, because what I like to see is guys who can help you in other areas when things that they do well are not working. And obviously, his three-point shot hasn't fallen. It's been a very long, prolonged slump for him, which is why he found himself on our team, because his stock fell because of it. So I think it's a perfect thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm not worried about it. Players who can't shoot the three at times do have a lot of value, depending on how much they contribute in other areas, and I think he's showing us that he can. I feel the exact same way about Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen Jr. is a fantastic player all over the court until it's time to shoot threes. As long as he's not shooting threes, he's really, really, really good, and that is not a bad thing at all. His three will come around. Him and Max Christie, it's gonna come around. It's one of those situations where I look at them both in that Alex Caruso lane, as to which, when Alex first got here, that was his thing. He could do everything but shoot the three. And we went through that process, but as he continued to work on it, the shot continued to get better and better and better, and now he's able to shoot the three with comfort in Chicago. So I think the same will take place for Max and Scottie, and I'm not at all worried about those two prospects. In fact, I'm super excited about them. Sharif O'Neal, he really popped off the screen tonight. His athleticism popped off the screen. You could clearly see that he's a project. He needs to spend some time in the G League for sure, but he is definitely somebody who's going to find his way into the NBA. I'm telling you, he'll find his way there. He's just going to have to continue to get stronger, work on just his overall basketball IQ. That's it. And I think he's made of the right stuff in terms of he has good common sense on the basketball floor. He's just going to have to learn how not to force certain types of passes. But his length, his defensive intangibles, his motor, all of that is very, very, very exciting to me. I like Sharif O'Neal. He's not overly talented. He's not going to be his dad or no crazy stuff like that. He's a role player. But I think he could be a very good role player when he develops. I think he could be a good one. So I like him. I like him a lot. I look at guys who his dad played with, like Samaki Walker, people like that, who had roles in the league, you know what I mean, but contributed quite a bit. You know what I mean? I think Sharif could find himself in a lane like that somewhere. I really do. I think he can find his way in this league and carve out a role, but he's just got to put in the work. You know, he's got to put it in. And like I said, as long as he continues to be intent on working on the things that he's not great at, it's just about the grind. He'll get there. So I'm excited about him. Cole Swider, I'll tell you guys, Cole Swider shoots better when people are in his face. That's why I'm not mad at him for not making the extra pass in a couple situations, because I know he's a better shooter when you're in front of him. And so it's one of those situations where you just let it fly. You know, the only thing I want to see Cole work on now is his defense. You know, I think JT Thor, one of the reasons why JT was open for that corner three is because Cole got kind of sucked into the paint when the opposing guy was driving and allowed for the kick to take place, which you know is one of those situations where you gave him a little too much space there, Cole. But all in all, you know, it's one of those situations where I have as much trust in him hitting a 3-point shot as I do anybody. I mean anybody. This dude is a sniper, and I say it right now. I would feel very comfortable putting the ball in his hands and letting him let it shoot with anybody, you know, in his face, basically. Like pretty much anyone, as long as they're not ridiculously long, you know what I mean. He seems to be in a better, more focused rhythm when he's being closed out on really, really tight. So the NBA better put the scouting report up and understand this guy. He's a little different. He's a little different. And I already know it. It's just going to be about him working on the other things, the intangibles. But he's rebounding the ball very well. I like what I'm seeing there. Like I said, he always has the threat of a chase down block in his arsenal. It's something that he always attempts. And so I'm really happy with Cole Swider. He's just going to have to continue to work on his overall game, just like everybody else. You know, these guys are just getting started. But just like guys like Kuzma, just like Josh Hart, just like all the young players that we've liked over the years, Austin Reeves, these guys pop off the screen, man. They're fun to watch in the summer league, and you can see where they're going to make it in the NBA. You know, when I say I think most of these guys on this Lakers summer league team is going to make the NBA, I really do believe that. I think most of them will. I like McCoy. I like Kaleda Jones. I like Jones. Like some of these guys I never even heard of. They're balling on this team, and they play really good defense. And that's what we saw tonight. Even though they didn't win the game, at the end of the first quarter, they couldn't miss. I had to text my boy and say, yo, these young Lakers, it's like the basket is an ocean for these guys. They were hitting every single shot to end that first quarter. And then the defensive sequences they had to close out the fourth quarter, you know, to put it into a situation with overtime. Granted, them young Hornets were balling. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, it's like the defense the Lakers were putting on, you really thought that they had a great chance to win this basketball game. And if it weren't for a call that I thought was some bull crap, where they called a 3-point foul, you know, a foul on a 3-point shot that I just thought was bogus, just completely bogus. Homie hit all 3 of the shots, and that ultimately put the Hornets in a position to win the game off a Scottie Pippen 3-point air ball he should never have attempted. But, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like these are young kids and it's overtime. I'm not mad at them at all. They did the best they could, but I just want the referees to get that right. That was a bad call, and I think it cost my team the game, to be completely honest with you. But all in all, great game. You know, they had a chance to talk to Scottie Pippen Sr. You know, he was talking about his son, how excited he is about him. And, you know, he understands that he has to work on his lob. I was like, you know what, the lob pass ain't the one I'm worried about, Scotty. It's more so his 3-point shot. He's going to have to work on that more than anything else. But the dimes that kid was making out there, you know, setting people up, the way that he gets in passing lanes and ultimately is disruptive. You know what I mean? The fact that he's aggressive and will continue to drive at the rim, even though sometimes he goes up and under unnecessarily. To me, it seems like it'd be easier for him to just go with a conventional leg. But all in all, man, that athlete is really, really talented. And to see that he's a point guard, you know what I mean, with the scoring gift, within, 20 feet and in. Jump shot, wet, step backs, all that stuff is good. Footwork, really, really good. Super excited about that particular prospect, man. As long as he's not shooting threes. As long as he ain't shooting the three, that dude is going to be a problem on both ends of the court. I kid you not, both ends. So, yeah, we got us one there, man. Congratulations to the Lakers scouts who were also on hand tonight. Rob Pelinka, everybody was in the house, of course, as you would expect. I didn't see any special demonstrations of conversations between GMs, anything like that tonight. Not from what I saw, but the Lakers were represented, of course, in the audience. No players, though. I didn't see Bron, didn't see AD, didn't see Russ tonight, none of that. So, kind of surprised by it, but all in all, this was a good game, and unfortunately, our team didn't win, but I don't think it was because they didn't play well. I'll tell you, that was the complete opposite of it. I thought this team played excellent. I thought they would played hard. I thought Coach Ham was on tap there as well. He was down there really hands-on with the players tonight. I thought that was really key. And overall, it was just a tough loss, man. Really heartbreaking loss. You got to give credit to the Hornets and the length that they got over there. They got some guys who can really, really be disruptive with their arms and things of that nature. So, given the fact that they got a lot going on with the Miles Bridges situation, you definitely feel confident that some of those young players that they've drafted, like JT Thor and Williams and some of these other guys like Book Knight, they're going to have an opportunity to step up as to which they didn't have last year. And I really do think that the Hornets could be one of those teams that you're looking at and saying, wow, I didn't know they had this kind of stuff on their team, because they are actually more talented than one would imagine. Some of those guys that they had on the back of their bench for the last couple of years were players that they drafted in the first round that were waiting for their opportunity to step up, and they're going to get it. And so that's what should be very, very exciting. Kai Jones, for example, he was really impactful tonight. So you think about all three of those guys, Jones, Williams, and Thor, and you could clearly see that's length forever. It's forever and a day. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs, I don't imagine. I don't expect that they have high hopes for this season, but you look up 2-3 years down the road as they continue to add lottery talent to this team, and Charlotte is putting together a sneaky, good young roster. So that's what we saw tonight. We saw their heart, and they were out there. A dude by the name of Alexander, I believe, deserves a lot of credit. He was the one who drew that horrible three-point foul and hit all three of those shots. Credit to him. But he was just hitting threes all night. So I wanted to make sure I mention his name. But, yeah, all in all, that was what it was, man. I just wanted to chime in on this particular game. It really was impactful in the sense that it filled my basketball need. I've been craving some real basketball, and although, Summer League has been kind of giving it to me to a degree, today I felt like I got it satisfied. So, yeah, shout out to the NBA for putting on a great day of basketball. That's what I got to say, man. BDL 44. Thank you all for watching.